Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing another tier list. I'm thinking let's do maybe try and do one of these a day. I don't know if I'll be able to manage that, but today I will definitely be able to manage it because there are only 8 songs in today's country that we're gonna rank. Please stop sending me so many ads. Jeez. Um, Today, or well, you've probably seen 2 videos already like this on my channel. If you haven't, you can go watch them. They're for Albania and Armenia. And basically, it's me ranking the songs that they have sent to Eurovision. And today we're going on Australia. Next up will obviously be Austria. I haven't really decided on how to tackle that one because I'm not going to rank all of their songs because they have what is it, like 60 or 70 of them? I don't know. But today, Australia, they only have 8, so this is going to be pretty easy and maybe even pretty fast. Usually I don't do fast, I'm very slow at doing this because I just talk too much and I drag out on things like I'm doing with this intro right now. We're just gonna go through the 8 songs that Australia have sent to Eurovision, and I'm gonna put them in the categories that I think they belong to. So just quickly going through them, among the greatest, this is like the top echelon of songs that have ever been in Eurovision for me. This is subjective taste. I think everyone understands that. But yeah, how many songs would I say could be in this category total? Like maybe 50 max. So yeah, we'll see if I have any of those top songs in this one. Maybe 50 is way too many. I don't know. Maybe 30. We'll see if anything gets all the way up here. If you end up here, that's pretty damn good too. Fantastic, just incredible songs that are really well made that I really end up loving. Really great, just well done, great effort altogether. Also a very good category to land in. Solid, it's an okay category to land in. It's pretty good. Like it's when someone has sent something that you think, yeah, it's pretty good. There are no flaws really to it, then it ends up in here. And then we have the I like it, but where I need to kind of fill out why I don't think it's solid or really great or anything like that, but still, has redeeming qualities in there. Then not for me, just songs that I don't particularly enjoy, even though they might be well done or might be well received, but I just don't find any enjoyment in them. And what happened here, I don't think we're gonna end up in this category today, but it's just songs that you think are woeful and you're questioning who decided it was a good idea to send it. Yeah, those are the categories. There are 7 of them. We have 8 songs, and we're gonna start with 2015, Australia 2015. What's it called? Tonight Again by Guy Sebastian. Really strong debut for Australia, obviously. They finished, was it 4th or 5th or something like that with this song. I'm gonna put it up in really great. I think this is a really great effort and it's a really great debut to have. It's just uplifting, upbeat, happy, energetic. Really worked as well in this specific final that 2015 had, which was kind of ballad heavy. And this one just shot through and really became an iconic point in the final, I think. And it's just a well-made song. It's really catchy and memorable, and just makes me happy listening to it. At the first times, like when I heard it the first few times, I didn't really click with it. It wasn't my type of music. But then I kind of got into it a little bit more, and now I can't get enough of songs like this. To be honest, it's just really great. And Australia continued on a really great track record here early on. Sound of Silence. Some people would probably put this up in among the greatest. Like it could definitely be here, but I'm gonna put it in fantastic. I don't think it's one of the absolute best songs I've ever heard in Eurovision, but it's just so well polished and so well put together. I really, really do like it. Every time I watch the performance as well with the visual effects and the stage layout, it looks great. It sounds incredible, honestly. And the song is just so well polished and so well made that I can't really put it any lower. I don't set out to listen to it as much as maybe others do, but every time I listen to it, I just come to the conclusion that what a what a piece of music this is. Just really enjoyable. I'm gonna put it up in fantastic. It deserves to be there, I think. Another song which I definitely would have put in the same category is "Don't Come Easy," but the live performance of this one drags it down quite a lot. Honestly, I still think it's really great, but this song, the first time I heard the song, everything just fell into place for me. It's like that perfectly written pop ballad to me. Um, has a great modern production with so many like stylistic choices that just really has a lot of expression to them. And the chorus is very memorable, has a great drive with the drumming behind it. And also, it's a song that flows very naturally and has a good progression throughout. I really just, whenever I listen to it, I feel like this is a perfected, perfectly written pop song. I'm stumbling on my words because that's just me. But yeah, this is a perfectly written pop ballad, I think, with the execution not being as good live. I mean, there were you know, the iconic failed little note he did in the semifinal. Final was better. They sorted it out. But there's also this concept of his face big on the screens behind him, and it's just a mess to watch it live. But listening to the song, oh, I love it to bits. I really do. But I'm still gonna put it in really great. I'm not gonna put We Got Love in really great, but this is a solid effort, I think. 2018, I think they had a pretty good song here. It's not very remarkable in that many aspects, but it's really well polished. It's a very modernized production, and it also has a lot of catchy elements to it, I think. The hook is really memorable, and I also like the bounciness of the instrumental, really. But kind of like with Don't Come Easy, they fall a little bit flat here when you watch the live performance. It's very empty. It's not really too engaging, I think, is the main issue. Even though Jessica, who performs it, really like tries to give it her all, it doesn't really click with everything that it wants to be. But I still think it's a decent effort here. It definitely didn't like have an unjust place in the final or anything like that, in my opinion. I just think it's one of these that maybe aren't as great as the as the three above it. And it's not really as great as the 2019 effort either, Zero Gravity. The first time, like, when I listen to this song in the studio version, I can't really get along with it. I think it's really off-putting. The production quality of it sounds pretty, what do you say, amateurish? It sounds a bit outdated, and it's not really a polished production in that sense. The concept of this opera pop combination with, I don't know, it's a very odd song, and it kind of puts me off a little bit just listening to it. But then when you see it live, everything just clicks. I'm not gonna put it in fantastic because I think the song drags it down quite a lot, honestly. But just watching the performance of everything, it's a really great effort from Australia. I even at one point thought this was gonna win in 2019, and boy was I wrong. But you know, it's just one of these performances that just kind of blows you away in a sense. And if it had like a La Forza-esque song, maybe it could have been, yeah, it would have been up here for sure. But yeah, I'll just mention it again. I think the song drags it down a little bit because I think it sounds a bit too basic in terms of its production. Hopefully I didn't offend anyone. We'll move on to 2020, Don't Break Me. This is a pretty solid effort, I think. Would have really liked to see this one at Eurovision. It's a really nice song just all together. It sounds very the Chainsmokers like from that kind of era. But it's still, you know, well polished. It's a modern production. It has a catchy hook to it. And I also kind of liked the concept that they were going for in the performance they had in the national final. I know some people don't really like it, but I still think there was something there, like a core idea, which I actually enjoyed. But I think the main strong point of it is actually just how good of a song it is. It's something you can always put on in the background and just kind of enjoy and nod along to. And I think the production quality of it really just makes it, like, enhances that point a little bit further. I think it's a solid effort, but I don't really think it's on par with these three up here, so it'll end up down here. Unfortunately for Montaigne here, I did not really click with her second effort. This is going to be down in Not For Me. I know this song has its fans, and that's awesome. And of course, it's a big shame that she wasn't allowed to perform in Rotterdam. And maybe that hurt her chances a little bit, I don't know. But for me, this song never really clicked. It has interesting production ideas in it, but at the same time, it's just one of these songs where I don't really connect with it. I don't think the approach they've taken is very direct. It feels a bit all over the place in many artistic choices and styles and ideas that they've had, and I just really can't get into it. And I think the production quality of it as well is it's kind of odd because it's so in a sense it's not as polished as Don't Break Me was, in my opinion. It's more tries to go a little bit crazy and all over the place, and really tries to be a more, would you say, an interesting approach, but it kind of just backfires for me, and I think that some of the sound design choices and such are a bit off-putting. So it's just not for me. I never really clicked with this song, but I know that other people have, and that's awesome because all songs deserves to have their fans. And a song that I am a fan of, another one, is Not the Same down here. I think I've talked about this one so much because obviously all of the 2022 songs I've talked quite a bit about. I think this song is just like the first minute and a half, maybe even of it, is just pure perfection to me. But as it progresses a little bit more, it becomes a bit too much of the same thing. There's a lot of lyrical repetition. It's a bit of a static progression as well, how it goes down and tries to be mellow at parts way too often, I think. It's not this constant progression and constant evolution of a song that I really think could have benefited this song. Because this is a song that starts off so toned down and restrained and really minimalistic and also very emotionally loaded. And by really just relying on a more progressive approach and making it like expanding it throughout, like they do in the first half of the song, that could have benefited this song further. I think what also kind of puts it up a little bit is the live performance of it. He's fantastic on stage. I love the stage layout and everything. So I'm gonna put it up here with these. I can't put it down here in solid. I think this is a really great one, but there are just some minor little things I would have liked them to change within the actual song. But when you see it performed, I just get kind of overwhelmed with how emotionally loaded it is. So I'll have to put it up here, and that will be my list for Australia. So much easier to make a list like this when there aren't that many songs, because you kind of have a clearer view of where you want to put everything. And I'm pretty satisfied. Well, I'm not pretty satisfied. I'm really satisfied with this list. This is exactly how I want it to look, because this represents my opinion and my taste of these songs perfectly. And now I want to hear what your opinion and tastes are on these songs. So do tell me in the comments what you would have changed on my list, because I'm sure there's something. And I hope to see you in the next video, which will be Austria, and I'll see what I'm gonna have for a solution to not make it last for an hour long, because nobody wants that. But we'll see what happens with that video. It'll probably come up tomorrow though, because I'm really in the mood of just ranking stuff now. So hope to see you in that video as well, and take care of yourselves until then, and bye bye.